Okay, all right. Just want to make a really quick video, even though I don't like getting into big economic picture of things, but today was just very, very weird. And I just want to give an alternative opinion. Again, this is just my opinion, not financial advice. But just quickly on today's, all the talk was this phenomenal jobs report and how great the jobs report was. I have a different take on it. Well, let's just look first off what happened. Everything gapped down stock wise, and then we just kind of finished. We just finished the day basically where we started. Everything gapped down. Pre-market, the Dow even crashed up, and then it just basically just finished where we started. In the same way with the with the dollar, the dollar pumped pre-market, and then the dollar pretty much finished the day where it started. And it all comes from this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful jobs report. This jobs report came out today. Oh my God, the economy is doing so great. The super sexy number that everybody's looking at is the new jobs, 263,000. Much higher than expectations. Higher than expectations by like 25-30%, which is pretty good. Unless you are a fan of ADP. ADP only projected 127,000 jobs created. ADP is an independent, separate from the Fed. They do their own analysis. A little kind of a side note here: all the big brokers, hedge funds, money managers, they all do their own polls as well, and they have their own numbers well in advance of what the Fed actually announces. There's just way too much money in risk. If you're like a JP Morgan, if you don't have your own projections of what these announcements are going to be, then there's just way too much money at risk. So in any case, yeah, everything just kind of finished the day where it started. All the pundits across, you name it, CNBC, Bloomberg, Yahoo Financial, Market Watch, you name it. Everybody was touting how great the jobs numbers were today. They are not. You could actually find the jobs numbers. They're free, available online. But the super sexy number is this number right here. Oh my God, it went up so much. But where do these numbers come from? If you're not familiar with where these numbers come from, they're basically polls. And we all know how accurate polls are, but they're basically polls. So in the jobs report, they ask basically two populations of people, or two populations. They ask employers. They say, well, how many people do you have employed? Did you hire any new people? Do you anticipate hiring new people next month? And they ask households. They ask how many people are employed in your house? Has it changed in the last month? Do you expect it to change next month? And so businesses added 263,000 employees, much higher than expectations. And then, there's a lot of great numbers. There's a lot of great info in here, but I just want to draw your attention to when they asked households how many permanent job losers were in your house, it decreased by 127,000. So that they seem to be at odds, right? Number of households where people were employed went down. Businesses, how many people are you employing, went up. The difference between 127,000 and 267,000 is, let's just call it 400,000. So there's like a 400,000 person swing there. So why is that? It's just, businesses are just counting people twice. If you already have a job and you get a seasonal job at Walmart, because it's Christmas time, you have two jobs and you're being counted twice. Your initial job is counting you once, and your new seasonal job is counting you a second time. More people got two jobs, which makes sense because 2/3 of Americans right now have less than $500 in the bank. 3/4 of all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck these days. And it makes sense. You know, people at work, it's Christmas time. You know, you need that second job, and people are taking seasonal employment. Uh, there's other things that they tout in here that like uh, Hispanic unemployment went down, or and women unemployment went down. Well, that kind of coincides with seasonal employment as well. But what's kind of buried in here, and you can find it, just read the report. But like Asian unemployment actually went up. Black unemployment actually went up. So one of the narratives that they were pushing today was that the economy is so hot and look at all these jobs that were created. If you read deeper into the report, the number of people that left the workforce actually rose. And a number of other things that were just absolutely not pointing to a super hot job market. So one of the narratives today was the economy is so good. Look at all these job numbers. Look at all these added jobs. Much more than expectations. Was that now because of this that this is the excuse to do like another 0.75% rate hike. I don't think the numbers are really panning this out, just the way the market behaved today. This is the CBD basically going all the way back to like 2020 for Bitcoin. It's very similar to all the other indexes and markets as well. There is literally trillions of dollars sitting on the sidelines. It may take a while for this to kind of turn around. In the rally today, it was not big money buys that drove the rally. It was all, mid money buys and retail that pushed the price back up. Is this because of tax loss harvesting? When you have the worst year in stock history, do you need to do tax loss harvesting? I don't know. A typical year, yeah, maybe, but this year, I don't know. I think there's there's plenty of losses to go around. Watch these pundits when they compare it to previous years or previous recessions or previous downturns, because there's a lot of circumstances here that are like new and fresh that weren't part of previous downturns. So again, I just wanted to make a quick 3-minute video. I think, in my opinion, in a few weeks or maybe after the new year, that all these same pundits that were today touting how great the jobs report was and how awesome the economy is doing, and that we're saying today that the Fed's got to change their minds, they got to increase the rate hikes. I think after the new year that a lot of them are going to take a second look at the numbers, or maybe they're or they will change their tune for one reason or the other, because today's jobs report was absolutely horrid, absolutely horrible. Again, I just want to make a really quick few-minute video that gave kind of a counter perspective as I see it. Again, not financial advice. Don't listen to me. Yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you on the tables, and good luck on all the trades.